everyone, my name is Ariel and welcome to episode 4 of the arieknits podcast. This is a video podcast where I will show you what I am currently knitting, some other projects that I may be doing, crafting projects, and just talking about knitting, crocheting, sewing, yarn, and all of that good stuff. So thanks so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day. Today is Saturday, August 27th, and I have a lot of things to talk about in this episode. I got in some yarn pre-orders a couple days ago. They actually came in at the same day. I have two. One is from Woolberry and the other is from Knits, and so I want to share with you here what I bought because I'm super excited about it. And I also have a couple finished objects and some works in progress or whips that I would love to share with you. So I do think that this might be a long episode, so I'll just get right to it. First, I want to talk about what I'm wearing because it is one of my first finished objects. And I talked about this one. I said my plan last episode, I said I wanted to get this top done for this episode, and I accomplished that goal. This is the Lunch at Tiffanys Blouse by Ann-Kathrin. So I'll stand up so you can see that it is a tank top. I chose, so there's options to have a sleeve or a long sleeve, but I just went with no sleeves. And you can see that it kind of like folds over at the top, and it's really fitted. And the yarn I used is Woolberry Fiber Co. The Berry Sport base in the colorway Creamsicle, which is a colorway from her collective. So I am part of Woolberry's collective, which is pretty exciting, which is new for me this year. So yeah, so this is something I made using yarn from that. So the size that I made is an extra small, which kind of seemed crazy to me, but I followed the pattern's like size chart, and it said that I should be an extra small. No modifications, but you can choose. So there's this top part, and right over here the ribbing changes, as you can see, and right here you can choose. I believe that there's 3 different ways that you can kind of like modify the circumference of the body versus like the chest part. So I went with, I think it's option 3, where you would size up. So I actually, the circumference of the body is actually a size up from what I chose for the top, because yeah, my tummy area is bigger than what was the extra small size, but that was the size for the top part, if that makes sense. So I would say, I think maybe next time I could try and modify it and make this part even bigger, just because it really is tight over here. But the top part fits well. Yeah, and I really like how it came out. I like the rib design on this. And I think the V-neck is really nice. Some V-neck patterns just sit way too low for me, but I think this one fits well. The only thing I might say is that the armhole is kind of small, but I don't think that it'll be too bothersome. Because it does, there is some stretch. I made sure when I bind it off that there would be some stretch, but yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with it, and we'll see kind of like how it wears. But I think it came out really cute, and I like the colors I chose for it. I feel like it's very summery, maybe even spring. I know we're heading into fall, but still think it kind of fits, and I really like it. So that's finished object number 1 that I finished early this week. And I do have a second finished object, and here it is. So I've been talking about this top for the past couple episodes, I'm pretty sure, because it is a test knit that I just finished. This is the 05 Tie Side Tank by Eleanor from Eleanor Alice Knits. So I'll hold it up here, and it is so cute. So this is another like tank top. What I really like about this top is that the stitch pattern on this is a single weave basket stitch, is what I believe it's called. So I really like this texture on the top. I like the shape, and the details of this that really caught my eye is the side of this top. So this is what it looks like. So the armhole has a nice, like all the edges are like a selvage edge, and so it has a really nice clean finished edge that you didn't have to like go and pick up to make it nice. It just, while you knit it, it's slip stitches, so it makes it look really nice. The armhole, right where it joins for the body, kind of does this overlap thing. So it looks like it's overlapping, and then it'll split for the sides. And my favorite part is the little ties with the bows on both sides. And I think that looks really cute and is what drew me to this pattern in the first place. So yeah, super excited that I finished this. Yarn details, so I used Knitting for Olive pure silk in the colorway Plum Rose. So it has a nice like dark pink kind of color. And I knit this in the size 3, and I used US 1.5 size needles, so it's pretty small. Those are, US 1.5 is the smallest needles that I own, and I think I should probably get US 1, so we'll see. But yeah, so I used US 1.5 size 3, and my body measurements were in between a size 2 and a size 3, and I figured maybe I would just do the size 3 because I would prefer it to be a little bit bigger than a little too tight, because I think the style would look really nice, like nice and flowy, and I think it works out well. I was debating whether or not to wear this or to wear this top for this podcast, but I think I will wear this for next week's episode because I didn't finish weaving in the ends, but I'm still calling this finished because it's done knitting, and I should be able to finish weaving in the ends pretty soon. I just have to like sit down and do it. But yeah, so that's this top. I'm really excited about it, and it's really nice and light, and I like the drape and flow of it, so I'm super excited to wear this. Yay! Okay, so that's done with finished objects, and since I was able to cast off and finish those two at the beginning of this week, I wanted to treat myself and cast on some new projects, which I did talk about in last week's video in episode 3. So I did pick one of those that I mentioned to cast on, which I did, so I will show it to you. Okay, so I decided to cast on the Peony Sweater by Silvia at Silvia Knits, which uses Sewrella yarn in this color. This is her classic sock base in You Are Good for the Soul. It's a nice like light pink, but not a baby pink, but it's not that dark either. It's just a nice like calming pink, I think is how I described it in the last video. And I'm holding it together with a Sewrella Suri Lace in the colorway The Lobby. And this is what it looks like all wound up. So in the skein form, it really is kind of more like a pastel rainbow, but not like super light. As you can tell, the pink is a bit more, you know, it's not a baby pink. It's more like this. So I thought that these would go well together. There's some blue and some like light green, yellow, and purple. So I was super excited to see how that would look up together. And you can see how that looks up, worked up and knitted together. So I feel like I really like exploring how different colors work, holding like a regular like wool sock base with a suri, and have both of them be different colors versus using the same colorway. And for this one, I think it's interesting because the suri in this case is the variegated colorway, and so I was curious to see how that would look up with like a tonal color. And I think it adds a really nice kind of like watercolor kind of look to it. So I'm super excited to see how that'll work up. For this sweater, it starts at the back, so I'm kind of just working through that right now. But yeah, so I got started on that. As you can see, I'm using my Hello Lavender ice cream cookie progress marker. It's so cute. So yes, I did start on this and super excited about that, and it's so soft. Like, I'm obsessed with Suri. Ever since I found out about it, I just wanted to buy all the Suri. So yeah, finally got started on this and excited to see how this grows. Yay! Okay, and then I did I think it was yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, I decided to cast on a new project because I did get in a yarn pre-order, which, you know, finally shipped, and I had to cast on something using the yarn from that. So yeah, so I did cast on another thing. So 2 cast-ons within 1 week, but I did also cast off and finish 2 projects. So I feel like, you know, while I would like the number of whips that I have to be, I wanted to try and cut that down. At least it's not more, it's about the same. So I will show you, because I'm, to be honest, I'm a bit more obsessed with this one than the Peony Sweater at the moment. I think just because I got the yarn in just a couple days ago. But, okay, I started the Go Gently cardigan by Amy Shure, and she is on Instagram as @AmyShureMakes, and when the pattern released, I knew right away that I wanted to make it, but I didn't have any yarn in my stash that I either had enough of or was a color that, you know, I wanted to use for it, because I knew I wanted something kind of like special, because it's so cute. It's a cardigan. If you haven't seen it, it's a cardigan that has like a nice ruffle right around, kind of all around at the top. And I think the ruffle, it has like a lace pattern in it, so it's not just a plain like ruffle. So it looks really nice, and it looks so comfortable, like something you could just put on and wear just whenever you need some warmth. So I started that, so I'll show you, because I started it yesterday, and I feel like I did get kind of a lot of knitting on it done. So it starts at the top neckline, so and it's kind of like it starts as a circular yoke, so you kind of just do increases all around, and then as you can see, there's this pearl bump line, which is where I think at the end or later on you'll put the ruffle. And then after that, you kind of do raglan. There's raglan increases for the sleeves, which is, I thought, pretty interesting. I haven't seen or done a pattern that does that. So I think that's really cool. So this is what I have so far. I might be able to split. I'm hoping I can split the sleeves and body sometime today. I think I'll be able to do it. But I'm so excited because it's so soft and cozy with the Suri, of course. And the yarn that I'm using is from Woolberry Fiber Co. And these 2 yarns are from her Coastal collection, which I just got my order in a couple days ago. And I guess I can show it both in the skein form and wound up. So for the sock base, I am using Berry Merino in the colorway Saltwater Taffy. So this is it in skein form. It's so pretty. It's like the base is like this, like a creamy base on the more yellow side, and it has stripes of pink, like a corally pink and some really light pink orangey, and with some blue. And I think that comes out really pretty. And there's also some like a nice, I don't know if this is like gray or just really like light mauve kind of color, but yeah, that comes out like that. And in the wound up form, it's kind of, the ball kind of got all messed up. Yeah, this is it in this form. So it really has a nice kind of just like splashes of color, which I really like. And I'm holding it together with Woolberry Fiber Co. from the Coastal Collection in the colorway Coral. This is her Berry Suri base. And I was the most excited seeing this colorway, like when I opened the box, because it's so the colorway is called Coral, and I think in the pictures it looked more, it's light pink, but it looked more on the orangey side, or of a more peach side than pink. And it's not even like that, like it looks like the picture, but in person it's like the perfect pink. It is not baby pink, but it is not like peachy pink. It is just, I don't know, the perfect pink. Like, I kind of wish I bought this on more bases. But maybe it'll come back, I don't know. But this is what it looks like wound up, so you can kind of see it more. I mean, it's a tonal base, but it's so nice. I mean, I guess on camera it's kind of hard to see, but it's this nice, just pink, more pink. It's peachy, but more on the pink side, but not baby pink. I don't know. That's as good as I think I'm gonna get with describing it. I really, really like this color. Super happy. This was the most excited one for me when I like it all, but I was pleasantly surprised with this one because I wasn't super sure. And yeah, I think as far as like, again, like the Peony Sweater, I've paired together a Suri and a sock merino base with, you know, they're two different colors. In this case, the wool base, or the, you know, the sock base is the variegated, and then I use the tonal Suri, and I think this one comes out really nice. I wasn't sure how it was going to look worked up together because of the blue that's in the color Saltwater Taffy colorway, but I think it just adds, like if you compare it to it by itself, it just adds a nice pink pinkness over it. So, and I like pink, so that's cool with me. Yeah, so I got a lot of knitting on this done. Super excited about it, and I really like how it's working up so far. Oh, and I do want to mention the size I'm making for this cardigan. I'm doing size 1, which is the smallest size, and it's supposed to be pretty big. I think it might be like 10 inches of positive ease or something. And actually, size 1, which is the smallest, will be a bit more than 10 inches for me of positive ease, but I think it should be okay. I tend to knit a bit tight, like my tension's kind of tight, so I'm not too worried about it being too big. But I am using the recommended needle size, which is US 6. So yeah, and yeah, it is the recommended needle size for this. And so far, I think the gauge looks about right. I didn't make a gauge swatch, and which means I also didn't like wet block it to see, but I'm pretty sure it should be fine. And yeah, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but when I'm doing a test knit, I will definitely gauge swatch and make sure, you know, and change the needle size if I need to. But in some cases for my own projects, not a test knit, I will gauge swatch, but most of the time I won't, especially if I'm too excited to cast it on. So I think it'll turn out okay. It looks fine so far. So yeah, I will be working on this, I think, well, for sure for the rest of today and probably tomorrow too. So yeah, this is the Go Gently cardigan by Amy Sher. Okay. And then I do want to bring up a couple more whips that I've been working on throughout this week, although they're nothing new. I've talked about them previously, but I just want to share some progress on them. So this one is the Daphne Dress, and let me hold it up. I talked about this one in episode 1. Ooh, the lighting on it, it's making the colors look super cute. And this is by Friday Knits, and it's a test knit. So not done yet, but I'm still making progress. So the skirt is longer now, and I think I have 2 more balls of yarn left. So I should be done pretty soon. Like, I think if I really focused on this project, I could finish 1 ball of yarn in a day, or even less than a day, really. So, but yeah, it's a nice, right now, it's like, because it's just a skirt, I'm in a nice place to just, if I want to like watch a movie and kind of focus on it, I can just do some stockinette stitch knitting. You just knit, knit, knit. So this is a good one that I've picked up again this week. Yay! And then I have another one which I need to get, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I'm in the middle of a row right now. So this is the, don't know how to say it, the Pompa Shawl by Jojo Trico. I don't know if that's how you say it, but all of the things and projects that I talk about will be listed down below, so you'll have the actual like correct spelling and stuff, and where to find them on Instagram down below. But this is my Pompa Shawl, which I am using Woolberry Yarn Co. colorway. What is the colorway? Let me check. The colorway Sympathy Butters No Parsnips, which is the Mrs. Patmore inspired colorway from the Downton Abbey collection. So yeah, sorry, I'm in the middle of a row, so it's kind of hard to see right now, but this is one end, this is the other end, and just keep going with the shawl. It's just gonna get super long. But yeah, I think this is the second ball. This is a DK weight, so I think once I get done with this one, and I'll move on to the third skein and start kind of finishing up. So still some ways to go, but DK works up really fast, so when I need a nice just like knit on something, this is a good project to kind of do that. So yeah, I kind of did touch a lot of projects this week. I finished 2, casted on 2, and then worked on other 2. So I touched like 6 projects this week, which is, it's fun. To me, it's fun. I definitely like having multiple projects going at the same time, so that depending on how I'm feeling, I can just like, you know, pick and choose what I want to work on. Okay, so I think we can get to the fun part of this video now. So that was the end of my finished objects and whips to talk about, and now I want to talk about the acquisitions that I got this past week. So I'm pretty sure it was like a couple months ago that I ordered from Woolberry Fiber Co. from the Coastal Collection, and I also ordered from Explore Knits and Fibers from the Ice Cream Social collection, Summer Tonals collection. And they both arrived here on the same day, and so it was a lot of yarn to just get super excited about. And I do want to share what I got here, because I'm sure a lot of you probably, maybe you've even also ordered and got them in recently, or are also just excited to see yarn and all the different colors, because that, to me, that is like my favorite thing. And I was talking to my friend about this. I was like, I realized that I am the type of person to, when I'm deciding what to knit, for me, it's the yarn first. Like, I like to look at yarn and the color and be like, I want that color, and then decide from there which pattern I want to make, versus see a pattern and then figure out what yarn I want to use with it. So let me know if that's weird, or how you guys also kind of like pick and choose how you do a project. Do you pick the yarn and then pair it with a project, or do you look for a project and then with a yarn? Like, I definitely see projects that I want to make and I'll save it, but it won't be until I'm inspired by a certain yarn color that I'm like, okay, I feel like that yarn goes with this pattern. If that makes any sense? I don't know. But anyway, okay, I want to share with you what I got from Woolberry's Coastal Collection first, and it's kind of funny because I realized there's only one color. Well, I got 3 different colorways in total from that collection, but one of them I bought in multiple bases because I just loved it so much. But I will just, so I've already mentioned 2 of them, which I'm using to make that Go Gently cardigan, but I'll show them again here since we're talking about what I got from this coastal collection. So again, I got in the base Berry Merino, which is 100% superwash merino, in the colorway Saltwater Taffy. So that's this one again, and that's from Woolberry's coastal collection. And I am pairing it with the Berry Suri, which is 74% Suri alpaca and 26% silk, in the colorway Coral, which is this nice pink. Yes, so these were 2 of the colors, and then the rest that I'll show that I got are all one colorway, but on different bases, which I think is interesting because, well, 1 goes to show how much I love that colorway, and 2, and to me it's interesting, like, I want to see in person, like, how the color takes on different bases, and I thought that'd be interesting. So yeah, not the only reason why I did that, it's just purely because I love the color so much that I wanted to make it in all of these different projects in different bases, pretty much. Yeah, so let me grab them all here and put them in my lap. Okay, which one to start with? I guess I'll start with, I think it's like, I don't want to say there's a standard base, but I feel like the 100% superwash merino is a pretty standard base that people show colorways on. But anyway, so this is in the Berry Merino base, the 100% superwash merino in the colorway Sandcastle. And the camera is not, well, I think maybe like right here, yeah. It is a really nice, like, neutral pink. It is a variegated colorway, so I'm trying to find some nice spots here. So it has this nice, like, darker pink moments with a more, like, gray pink, with the main base being kind of like this nice cream color, but not the same, like, yellow cream as the Saltwater Taffy. But overall, just like a neutral pink is how I would describe it. I could be totally wrong describing these colors. But yeah, so this is Sandcastle. And I think the first time I saw or heard about this colorway was actually in the La Mercerie shop, like on her Instagram, or in the online shop. I was looking at Woolberry's colorways, and I think it listed Sandcastle, but it was sold out. But I think it was made for La Mercerie. So when I saw this come out in the coastal collection, I was like, I need it. So anyway, this is it in Berry Merino. Then I was super interested, so when Bethany, who owns Woolberry, when she showed the colors in all the different bases, okay, my camera cut off, but I think I was talking about when Bethany posted the colorways for this collection, and she posted it all in different bases. I really liked how it looked on her natural base, which is non-superwash merino, which I've never tried before, or at least for, like, I haven't ordered hand-dyed yarn on a non-superwash base before, and it kind of made me nervous in the past because the colorways do sometimes look really different than what kind of like is advertised, or I mean, they'll take a picture of what it looks like on the natural base, but sometimes it's not like as saturated as what some of the other kind of like samples, or you know, what it looks like on superwash bases pretty much. But I really liked how it looked on the natural base, and so I was like, I wanted to get it on this natural base and also to try a non-superwash, and I am pleasantly surprised. Number one, the color is so much more subtle. And it looks more blended than it does on, it was kind of hard to see, maybe like here. So this is the superwash and this is the non-superwash. And you can tell in the superwash, you can see the colors more distinctly. But in this one, it's just a lot more soft and blended. And so I really like that. And it's such a nice, like, neutral pink. Like, I feel like that's, yeah, that's how I would describe it. But I was worried about how a non-superwash would feel. But, okay, so this is, I'm not like a yarny type of person as far as, like, I like the colors, but I don't know the bases too well as far as the difference in, like, wool. But this one is, it says 100% non-superwash, 20.5 micron merino. And I was watching when Bethany was doing like an Instagram live for her garden walk collection. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, which was, it just like was, you could order, the pre-order was happening a couple days ago, I think also. And someone asked about the natural base, the non-superwash base, and she was saying that it is actually really soft. I think a lot of people are put off of non-superwash because they're worried it's going to be itchy, which was also my case too, but I thought I would just go for it because I just liked how the color looked. But it is so soft. Like, I picked this up, or when I was opening the box and kind of just like squishing all the yarn, I was like, where's the natural base? Because I'm pretty sure I bought a natural base, a non-superwash base, and I had to look at the tag to figure out which one it was. Because I actually held both of these up and I told my boyfriend, like, to guess which one is the superwash and non-superwash, and I told him non-superwash would be the more itchy one. And he actually guessed the berry merino was the natural base, because this, the berry natural base, it's so soft. So anyway, that was very long, but that's just me saying from Woolberry, try her natural base because it's really soft. I'm excited to work this up. Like, I feel like this might be the next project, or one of the next projects that I cast on, because I want to see how this works up and how it feels like on the skin once it's like knitted up, because it's really soft and I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm still surprised that it's not a superwash base. So yeah. So again, Sandcastle is the colorway and this is the non-superwash base, the berry natural base. Okay, and then I had to get the Sandcastle colorway in the Suri base. So you can see that in Suri. Just because, I mean, I love Suri, and so I kind of just need everything, all the colors I like in Suri pretty much. This is, I have plans for this already to be a sweater. I forget the name of it, but once I kind of start on that, or if I just decide to do another show my plans, yeah, I can talk about that. But this is becoming, I will hold it double and it's going to become a sweater. Super excited about that. And then last but not least, this is also another base that I haven't bought hand-dyed yarn for and this is the bulky base. So very bulky, and again in Sandcastle. And I just really like, I mean, it's the same colorway, but I think it looks super cute in the bulky base. And I'm planning on making a beanie, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm happy with the bulky base. And again, first time of buying hand-dyed yarn in a bulky base, so we'll see how that goes. I think it'll turn out well. So yeah, I'll just hold all three of these up. This Sandcastle colorway. Just obsessed. Pink, neutral. Yes. Okay. Alright, and then I did buy part of this collection. There was a candle from Wax and Wool, and I actually found out about them through I think the very first time was Woolberry's Downton Abbey collection. She had candles as part of that collection, and I've heard good things about wax and wool and thought it'd be a good opportunity to try, and I love the scent of the candles. Like, I feel like some of the previous candles that I've got, and they're like from Bath and Body Works and stuff, they'll smell nice, but when you light them, like, they're kind of like too strong. Like, if they're you know, on for more than a couple hours, they kind of start giving me a headache. So I wanted to see how these would hold up, and I could have them on for the whole day. Like, they smell so good, and they're not overpowering, and they smell expensive. Like, it smells fancy. So anyway, and since then I've got some more wax and wool candles. So when there was one for the Coastal collection, I really felt like I had to get it again. This is the scent Coastal, and I don't know what the description was for this as far as the scent, so I'm sorry that I don't know. Can't tell you what the notes are of the scent, but if you can trust my judgment here. It smells like, I don't want to say it smells like the ocean, but it has vibes of being on the ocean. Like, it kind of smells, I could see this being like sold as a candle that smells like Hawaii. Like, and I'm from Hawaii, so you know, I think I've been to enough touristy stores and smells of things that are like Hawaii. But this isn't like touristy smelling. It's like, I wish I was better with scents. Kind of has like a minty smell, but not really. It's fresh, like clean air. Sorry, maybe not the best description, but I really like the smell. I have not lit it yet, but it's happening. It's happening soon. And I think Wax and Wool actually had like an anniversary sale that happened last week or 2 weeks ago, and I did buy some candles. So I'm kind of going through and just making sure that I light all the candles to smell them all, and then I'll, you know, kind of I'll get to this one eventually, but it smells so good. So that is that from Woolberry's Coastal Collection. I am super happy with that purchase, and yeah, I mean, I already cast it on a project using the yarn from that, so it's all good, all going well there. Okay, so the next one that I got was from, sorry, there's sounds outside. The next one I got is from Explore Knits and Fibers. She had her summer tonals ice cream social collection, and it really took a lot of willpower to not buy like everything. I did buy kind of a lot. So, and I also want to, like, since before we get into it, I want to say you don't have to buy hand-dyed yarns to make nice and pretty knitted garments, or, you know, knitted accessories, or to, you know, just to use yarn. You don't need expensive hand-dyed yarns to make something nice. I am lucky enough that I can afford these yarns, and so, you know, you don't need them. I find a lot of value in, you know, the cheaper yarns as well. You know, you don't need like super wash wool, you don't need 100% wool, you know, so I do buy a lot of hand-dyed yarns because I absolutely love the colors, and, you know, I'm lucky enough that I can afford it, and it's a hobby of mine to kind of collect yarn, pretty much. So again, there's value in all kinds of yarn, whatever you can afford in whatever bases that you like. So yeah, I just have a lot of them, and I thought, or I think that it's interesting to share about. Just let me know though if it's like too much yarn. I can hold back a bit from the sharing, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because again, you don't need expensive hand-dyed yarn to make pretty things. So yeah, with that, again, this is Explore Knits Ice Cream Social collection, which I bought yarn from. So I will start, actually I'm just gonna grab them all here. So let me see, I got 5 different colorways from this collection, and they're just so good, so good. Okay, so I'll start first with these because they're similar in color. Okay, so this is the first colorway I want to talk about. So this is in her Denali sock base, which is 80% superwash merino. And okay, I had to take like a 20-minute break because my SD card ran out of memory, and I'm coming to realize I probably need a larger sized SD card to save more of these videos, because I kind of feel like these videos might get a bit longer in the future. So yeah, note to self, buy a bigger SD card. But anyway, we're back, and I think I was talking about this yarn from Explorer Knits, Peaches and Cream colorway. So yeah, I really felt like, and it kind of goes, it's like the same kind of like vibe as the colorway for this this top, but I really like pink, and I do like a peachy pink as well, and so I really kind of felt like this was a colorway that just really spoke to me. It has both pink and orangey tones, and overall just has a really nice peachy kind of color. So I'm excited to work with this, and I am planning a cardigan with this, held together with so look how cute this label is for the summer tonals. For the tonals, this is in the Suri alpaca lace base, 74% baby Suri alpaca, 26% silk, and this is Dreamsicle. So this is the tonal Suri, and I'm planning to pair it with Peaches and Cream for a cardigan, and I think it'll look super cute together. And because I really like the Peaches and Cream colorway, I also had to get it in the Suri. So yeah, I mean, all 3 of these are just a whole peachy vibe. I like that in the Suri there's a bit more of the white versus in the sock base. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make some kind of sweater with the Suri held double. So yeah, it's just such a great colorway. I'm super excited to work this up as well. And then I had to buy more of the ice cream colorways. So this first one I want to show is in the Denali sock base, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and in the colorway Extra Sprinkles, which I think is super self-explanatory when you look at this color. It just has this like cream base with this brown, light brown, it's pretty much like a cookie brown, I would say, color throughout, and then just all the speckles, all the colors, all the speckles going throughout. And yeah, Extra Sprinkles is just the cutest. I mean, it's the perfect ice cream colorway. And even though, so I'm very much a pink person and there are pink speckles, but I feel like this is more, I feel like the blue kind of shows out more, or it's definitely more like prominent. I mean, you can see the pink too, but I wasn't totally sure if I was going to get this colorway in the beginning when I was planning out what to get from this collection, but I was like, I kind of have to, because it is just the perfect like ice cream cookie sprinkle. Like, sprinkles are just so cute. How could I not? So I got 2 skeins of this, and I'm planning to make some kind of like tank top with it, which I think would be really cute. So yeah, Extra Sprinkles. And then I went with one of their other, like a neutral non-pink colorway, because I also like neutrals. And also the colorway color is Cookies and Cream, which I also love that ice cream, so also kind of felt like had to get this too. I think this is the most like unique neutral colorway that I can remember ever getting or seeing, because it has all of these different browns and grays throughout, and then it also has like the cookie speckles kind of shown throughout. And yeah, I just, when I see these like darker speckles, I immediately think of like those small cookie bits that are in, do you know the Hershey's Cookies and Cream chocolate bar? It's like the white chocolate bar that has all, it's like filled with all of these like cookie bits. That's like what I thought of immediately when I saw these speckles. So yeah, I mean, Cookies and Cream, can't go wrong with a good neutral. So I'm excited to see how or what I decide to make with this, because I'm pretty sure it'll be some kind of tank top, but I haven't like solidified what pattern specifically. But yeah, again, this will turn it probably into a tank top of some sort. Cookies and Cream. And last but not least, because I keep talking about how much I like pink, had to get the Strawberry Swirl colorway, because if you love pink, it's just the most pinky pink. And I also like, I don't know if it's because I like pink, but I also really like strawberries, and so I really felt like this was just everything. I like that this colorway has different tones of pink. So like, I'm trying to find like a good spot, maybe like right here. You can see, I feel like this is definitely more of like a strawberry pink, like a bit more on the red side, versus this one is more of a like, maybe, I guess you could say like a baby pink. You know what I mean? Yeah, and with those red speckles, it's just so strawberry-y. And a little side note, but I just got a, or maybe I think it's been a few weeks already, a Ninja Creamy, which is a ice cream maker, and just made strawberry ice cream for the first time with it. And it, like, the color of it looks like this, and so I'm kind of hoping that I can get a good picture with that ice cream, homemade ice cream, with this colorway, because it would, I think it'd just be super cute, because like strawberry swirl with actual ice cream. Yeah, and the color's like actually accurate to like homemade strawberry ice cream, which is super fun. So yeah, it's just, I could literally stare at these just like all day pretty much, because they're just so pretty. Like, part of me thinks it'd be really hard to like start a project with them, because then they won't be, you have to like wind them up to use it, right? And they just look so pretty in skein form too. It's so summery, and I love ice cream, and it's just a whole ice cream mood. So yeah, so there's that. That was a very long yarn haul, I guess, kind of at the end of this video, but it did come in a couple days ago, and so I'm still kind of like super excited about them. I kind of just like, whenever I do get in a yarn order, I kind of just lay them out wherever I'm sitting, so that I can just peek over and look at them and just enjoy it. But yeah, let me know if you also do that, because yarn is just so pretty. I don't know how these people come up with all of these great colorways all the time. Part of me is just like, please stop creating collections that have such great colors, because it's too much yarn. But I love it, and I'm so happy to be able to support them. So, but anyway, yeah, I will end this episode with that. Hope you are all having a great day, a great weekend. Hope you're getting lots of knitting or any kind of crafting done. Let me know in the comments below what you're working on, or anything else. If you have suggestions for me, any of that sort. I love reading your guys' comments in my previous videos. I think that's so cool that there's such like a great knitting community on YouTube. So super excited that I feel like I'm starting to be a part of it, which is really cool. So yeah, I will end it there. Feel free if you want to follow me on my projects. I do post on my Instagram. It is at arieknits, the same name as the podcast here. And yeah, if you feel like it, feel free to subscribe, but don't feel like you have to. But if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye.